Put some good at-bats, a lot of good at-bats together from the first at-bat, and we put pressure on them. That's what we do. We stay up the edges of the strike zone. We attack pitches in the middle of the zone, and we did an outstanding job offensively.
Pete.
Alex, you told us before the game you thought it was going to play out like this with the matchups and pinch hitters and everything. Is that, for a manager, a fun game necessarily to play it that way? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love it. It's a challenge. They're going to mix and match. They're going to pinch hit. They're going to bring their relievers, and you have to, you know. And you know how I say I hate managing the other team, but actually you have to manage them and see who they have and where they're going to come in and when it's going to be the point that, you know, the matchup is going to benefit us. And in that inning, I think, you know, we had a few matchups that we felt comfortable with. You know, Benny gets on. We got Mitch against Baez, and then we had Nooney against Wood. That's something that. We talked about it today. You know, when he came in, probably he was a little bit disappointed that he didn't start because he's been starting against every lefty. But we felt that Rafi was going to hang in there with Kershaw, and we're going to having him on the bench. It was going to pay off. You know, you got to keep a righty. You know, Pierce is playing. Ian was playing, so keeping him in the dugout, you know, and out of the lineup was gonna probably give us a chance to win the game, and it worked out. You know, he was prepared. He wasn't upset actually that he wasn't playing. I told him, "Hey, be ready, man. You might have a big at bat tonight, and do your thing," and he did.
Also, what did you take out of Chris's start tonight?
Yeah, that was good stuff today. They did a good job taking pitches and fouling up pitches, but stuff-wise, probably the best in the postseason, and he feels really good. No problems with the belly button, so that's a plus. So he'll be okay for his next one.
First row on your left, Alice.
Just a couple questions about your bullpen. Joe Kelly, could he have gone another inning? Were you considering that? Was there any consideration about future games and having to kind of keep that in mind? And also, can you just go through like the 7th and 8th inning and just the decisions you made?
Do I have to? We consider a lot of stuff throughout the game. You know, at one point we were going to take Chris out, you know, after 4, but then I realized that it's a seven game series, and for how good our bullpen has been in October. Our starters, you know, we need them to go deep into the game. And then he walks Dozier. We went to Barnes. He's been outstanding with traffic, and he's been great in October. He actually did an okay job, you know. You know, his breaking ball wasn't there today, but limit the damage. Joe was outstanding. His changeup, his fastball, that was good. Knowing that we were going to go to the rover in the 8th, either Rick or Nate, we decided to go with Brazier. It wasn't, you know, his best night, and but like I said earlier today, Drew and Eduardo, they're gonna have to get big outs somewhere somehow against lefties in this series, and Eddie did right away. You know, 2-0 fastball up in the zone, gets Bellinger out. We had on, and we had it, you know, the rest of the game. But I think having Nate and Rick available, it gives us a chance to be more aggressive during the game earlier. You know, they've been amazing in that role, and the fact that they're able to bounce back and give us a quality start. That's what matters. And but today was a whole team effort. That was cool to see. A lot of guys that you know, they struggled towards the end of the season, and they did an outstanding job tonight. That was a very team-oriented win.
Right in front of here, Buck.
Alex, obviously the Nunez home run gave you guys a big cushion tonight, but thinking beyond that, you saw what happened to him last year and the other bench. Just what are your thoughts on what he did for you tonight versus the way his season ended last year?
No, I mean, obviously, as a baseball man, that was sad to see last year. You know, it's a guy that he changed the complex of the Red Sox when he got traded for San Francisco. He carried this offense and put this team in a different dimension. And you know, he got hurt and you know only one pitch in the playoffs, and then he was out of it. Tough off season for him, and you know we got lucky. You know that we you know, like he was out there late in the off season, and we were able to sign him, and he's been great. He wasn't 100% throughout the season. He struggled defensively. We know that at second, but he always had a positive attitude, and he's one of the leaders in the clubhouse. And for him to show up today and put a big swing, that's his first World Series swing. It's very gratifying to see him do that.
Just a quick follow-up. Were you planning for a season without him when you were named manager at one point?
This season? Yeah. I mean, we signed him late. We had options and all that, but we knew he was a good player. We knew that offensively he can do all the things. Although his running game this year is not the usual. But offensively, when he's right, he can backspin the ball and he can drive the ball, and he's been right for a while now.
Mike right here.
Alex, what is it about Benny that allows him to go in against Clayton Kershaw, 3 singles, keep doing what he did, you know, all season long on a big stage like this? And a quick follow, the top of the order was very productive.
Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for those 3 guys to get hot all together. Betts, Benintendi, and Martinez. I think throughout the season they haven't been hot at the same time, and this is a good time for that to happen. Benny put a good at bat, stay on it, you know, pulled the ball within a second, and gets the RBI. Was able to stay with pitches. He got lucky too, twice probably, but he's a good hitter. He knows. He hangs in there with lefties. I know the numbers doesn't back that up, but we do feel that he's a good hitter against them. When he's using the whole field, he becomes very dangerous. And I know he hasn't driven the ball in a while. He hasn't hit homers in a while, but I like that guy tonight. You know, just to hit the ball all over the place, put pressure on the defense, and running the bases, and playing good defense.
2-3 more for Alex. Rich. Oh, okay. We'll go with Brian right here.
So when you're making decisions in a game like this that you know will be second guessed if they don't work out, is there ever any fear or anxiety that creeps in, and if so, how do you block that out?
No, man. I really don't care if they second guess me. You know, I prepare. We prepare as a group, and you make decisions. You know, and honestly, when I'm done here, I shower, I get on that car, I might get a text and say, go to the pharmacy and get some diapers for the kids. So, I mean, that's first guessing and second guessing over there. So, I mean, it's a game, man. I enjoy it. I know that we're in the spotlight here. Managers, there's a lot of shows now at night, and they're gonna dissect every move. I was part of that, so I learned. Those 4 years working for ESPN taught me a lot. Being around Buster and Timmy and all those guys, you know, I learned a lot. So I really don't. I don't want to. I know it's going to sound bad, but I really don't care if they second guess me.
Right here in the third row.
Alex, did Craig pitching the way he did make you feel that much more confident in that he is back? And in some ways, does him sort of sorting out the pitch tipping issue make you feel like that maybe he psychologically that makes him more confident in the rest of his game as well?
I mean, mentally it has to be tough when you make quality pitches and guys are taking pitches. We go back to that Game 4 in New York. He had Didi on an 0-2 count. He gets a hit. Gary was down 0-2, and he took some great breaking balls. And then throughout the series with the Astros, there were some great takes. And, you know, I talk about tipping and stealing signs and all that, but there were some really good takes. And all of a sudden, his hands are somewhere else, and they're not taking that breaking ball. So for him, he has to, it has to be, he has to feel good about it. His stuff was great tonight too. So like I said, after game 5 in Houston, we're very comfortable with Craig Kimbrell, and he's going to get the ball to close games.
We'll take a last one from Tim in the back.
I was curious, Dave, the Dodgers have had a pretty nice run here over the last 3 weeks, especially managing their matchups and sort of rolling downhill on it, getting the other team to sort of get in a reactive mode. I'm curious if you have to struggle to stay out of the reactive mode and get more more momentum in your direction, if there was a point tonight where you felt like you were dictating the matchups to stay out of their line changes, as you call them.
I don't know if we're dictating their moves, but we feel that we got a few guys that they can hit lefties and righties. Steve Pierce, for example, they brought a righty for him, and we've been using Steve throughout the postseason against lefties and righties, so we stay with him. We feel like Rafi can hit lefties and righties, so I know they're going to go to that. They trust their bullpen and their matchups, but we trust our guys too. And you just have to be patient. You have to be patient. It's tough to manage against them. I saw it last year. It's a grind, but when you have talent like we do, and we have guys that they can hit lefties or righties, you feel comfortable. You feel comfortable with any matchup, and they prove it tonight.
I started with Mookie putting a good at bat together, and then just getting ahead early. We've been trying to do that all postseason, and for the most part, it seems like we've been able to do that so far. So, maybe it puts pressure on them right away, but hopefully we can keep doing it.
The left center aisle towards the back, Tim.
On Nunez's home run, how did that change the tone of the game for you in terms of giving a little more breathing room? And what did you tell him when he got home?
Yeah, obviously it was a huge hit. It seemed like it was a tight ball game the whole entire time, and getting that, extra 3 runs and that extra cushion was kind of like a deep breath and an exhale. So, and we knew we had Eovaldi coming in and then Craig, so we knew that we were set up pretty well for those last 2 innings. And the pitch he hit was below the zone. It looked like he hit it off his ankles. It was a good hit right there.
And on your left, Johnny.
Andrew, can you talk about your game and then the Red Sox attack at the top of the order?
Yeah, obviously we're facing a guy who's one of the best of all time, and a lot of guys didn't have a lot of experience off him. That was the first time a lot of us had faced him, so didn't really know what to expect. And we had a good game plan, and we stuck to it, and we started with Mookie and then just trying to tack on runs one at a time, and we try not to give away at bats. And it seemed like for most of the year up till now, we've had good at bats the entire game and don't give any away.
Third row on the right here.
Andrew, you guys have talked all season about trusting Alex as a leader, but as an X's and O's manager, does it seem right now in the postseason like just about every button he pushes seems to work right now?
Yeah, he does a great job. I think it starts with the communication. He'll let you know if there's a possibility that you go up to hit, or if you're going in to play defense, he'll let you know. And he doesn't catch you off guard and say, hey, you're up, or something like that. He'll let you know early, and that does a lot for a player, and it's been like that all season.
Pete in the back.
Andrew, most of you guys hadn't faced Kershaw before. What was sort of the game plan against him going in?
Just to get him in the zone and try not to chase. I don't want to say too much. We'll probably face him again, but no, we swung at strikes for the most part, and we caught a few bad breaks. Honestly, Jackie hit a ball right between his legs, and if that ball hits his leg, it's another run. And so we took good at bats, good swings, and definitely have some information now.
And right up front here, Mike.
Andrew, I think they scored in 4 different innings, and 3 of those 4 innings you guys responded in the bottom half of the inning. How important was that? And secondly, what is it about you guys that makes you so good situationally with 2 outs and with 2 strikes?
Yeah, when you can score right after they score, it kind of, takes the breath out of them, or at least that's how it would feel, I guess, if that were to happen to us. But no, it's huge. It gets the momentum back on your side. And what was the second question?
About situational hitting, 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Yeah, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We've done a great job with that from, it seems like from the beginning of the year. I know that in the Houston series, obviously Jackie with all of his 2-out RBIs, and Bogey had some big ones, so guys step up to the challenge, and they're not afraid to go up there and fail. Put a good at-bats together, and good things tend to happen.
Yeah, stay right here.
Andrew, it looked like there was a little wind, or the ball was doing crazy things. Was it wind? Was it blowing in? Was it swirling? Ball seemed to do a couple crazy things in the outfield tonight.
Yeah, you never know which way it's going. Usually when it's cold, it'll blow straight in, but it does swirl. And in the summer, sometimes it'll blow straight out, so you never really know. The flag will be blowing one way, and then the wind's actually blowing another. You just have to be on your toes, pretty much.
And on your left, Steve, standing.
Yeah, congratulations on the win. Can you talk about, I know you have to win 4 games, the series isn't over, but to win the first game at home, your first series, what does it mean to you comfort-wise as a team to win this first game?
You definitely want to win it. I don't know what the numbers are if you win the first game or if you lose or whatever it may be, but we take it a game at a time, and this one's over. We'll focus on tomorrow now, and then we got hopefully 3 more. So it's like I said, game at a time, pitch at a time, and we'll worry about the rest later.
Get it under your belt the first one.
Yeah, it's nice to get that first one out of the way. You hope you can win the first game with your guys on the mound, and then we got David tomorrow, so we're pretty confident in him.
And the right center out towards the back.
Given what he's been through and what you've seen from him, what's your impression of Nunez, how he's bounced back, and how gratifying is it to see him get that hit?
No, it is huge. When you got a guy like him on the bench today, at least it's a weapon for us, and when he's going well, we all seem to go well, and it's not easy to come off the bench and pinch hit, especially when it's 45 degrees and in the 7th or 8th, whenever that was. So it was a great job by him. Like I said, the pitch wasn't easy to hit, and he seems to be a very good bad ball hitter, so he showed that there.
Had anyone let you know that you are the 3rd Red Sox player with 4 hits in a World Series game?
No.
What do you think of that?
I don't really care, honestly. I'm just glad we won. It starts with guys around you, Mookie getting on base, putting more pressure on the pitcher, and you got guys like Steve Pearson and JD behind me. It makes my job a little more easy.
We talked early today. He explained me what's the situation. He told me left-hander hitting good against catcher, and I'm gonna be prepared. 7, 8 innings late in the game. If they bring lefty for Dever, so that was the plan, and we did it.
Other questions, Johnny? We'll get you the mic.
What were we looking for, Eduardo? And could you talk about that at bat?
Soon he was in the bullpen. I was seeing video and inside the dugout. So I know he threw a lot of speed. Guy first and second. I know he don't want me to be hang with fastball. So I would see all about and something soft. And he doing twice.
Towards the back, the right center aisle there.
Eduardo, para ti, ¿qué significa tener este momento, especialmente después de todo lo que ha pasado, lo que tú personalmente has pasado?
Claro que sí, es algo especial, algo que uno sueña tener, una serie mundial, ¿entiendes? Ya que vengo de varias lesiones, me dediqué a firmar otra vez para acá, para este equipo, y para este momento, ¿entiendes? Y tener un juego así, tener la primera victoria, creo que es algo especial para mí.
And seated in the back, Joe.
Eduardo, how does your knee feel in the cold, and do you look forward to going to warm Los Angeles to play?
You know, my knee right now is feel good. The issue was my ankle. I torn my ankle 3 times already in 2 weeks. So that was the situation. And for sure, we're excited to play in the warm weather.
And third row on your right here.
Eduardo, does this feel like a little redemption for you, given that you struggled a little bit before this, and then the way last season's postseason ended for you, to get this home run tonight to start the World Series, does it feel like redemption for you?
For sure. You know, and I was disappointed myself last year. I was getting injured in the wrong time, and so my teammate lost in the first round was awful. So I signed back, and I told Ale, the only reason I signed back here, because I know they have Pedro, you have David, you have Bogey, was I want to win rings. I never had that experience. I never had a World Series game. I think the best chance is this team. How I see the team, great player. So I come through with a lot of injuries this year in my knee, a lot of issues, and thank God I come through. And we're here, and I'm very excited to have the first win today.
And stay right there, Steve.
Could I ask you, when you saw the ball, what was going through your heart, your mind as you rounded the bases?
You know, in the beginning, I thought it was going to be a single because the ball was so high, and I know it was a slow ball. And when I see the ball is going, I was excited because I didn't expect the ball going away.
And what does it mean for you? I mean, I know it's a team. You can't do it by yourself. But tonight you are sort of viewed as the hero, the one who put the game out of reach for them. What does it mean for you to be a hero in your first World Series game?
You know, that's weird because I don't care about being a hero. The song we get the win, that's all that matters. We're here to win and lose together. And who cares with the hero that night? So we have a hero. That's good to take a feeling because we got the win.
And on your left, Ian.
Eduardo, what was it like hearing that? What was it like hearing that crowd noise? Have you ever heard a crowd that loud before when that ball left the park, and also once you get back to the dugout, what was that like?
I think that's the best feeling for a player. See all those fans, they pay the tickets to watch or to play and be crazy. In that situation, I think that's a great feeling for us.
And right up front here, Buck.
Well, you talked about the division series last year. In view of what happened tonight with the home run, does that at bat when you hurt yourself last year seem like yesterday or 1,000 years ago?
I saw it was like yesterday. You know, it was so fast. For me, it was not that easy. Come through all year injury, but it was like yesterday. Yeah.
And we'll stay right here.
You played in some pressure games in New York and Houston. Those were felt like World Series games. Was this any different? This actually being your first World Series game? No,
definitely no. I think we had the mind. We play cards. We play around to the BP inside. I think everybody chilling. Everybody stay the same. We don't make any more pressure about upstairs. And I think it's a normal game.
And to your left in the second row.
Eduardo, ¿nos puede decir en español la razón por la cual firmaste de nuevo con los Red Sox?
Yo le dije a Ale antes de firmar, la única razón que vengo para acá es porque quiero un anillo. Yo nunca he jugado una serie mundial, nunca he tenido esa experiencia y quisiera retirarme algún día con un anillo.
And the right center aisle in the back.
De tu familia, ¿quién tienes aquí? ¿Ya los viste? ¿Los pudiste abrazar? ¿Y cuál fue la reacción?
Todavía no he visto a mi esposa y mi mamá, están afuera, vi a los niños míos y claro, me tienen loco.
And the third row on the right here.
Eduardo, in a situation like this today and kind of the season as a whole, do you feel like with the success that he's had that you guys just trust that whatever moves Alex is making right now?
Yeah, I think he make right move. He watch a lot of video. He very smart. I think that he the reason we here, because every move he make is for a reason, and it's good reason happen every time he make a move.